Mafia Members Podcast.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
What is up, everybody? Long time no see, but we're gonna get started here. So first, as you can see along the bottom there, use the promo code BMcNeil when downloading the BetStamp app. So it's a sports betting app that kind of helps track all of your bets. So yeah, we're going to kind of walk through the app right now. We'll show kind of how it works and what it's all about. And yeah, if you're interested, just reach out to me in the DMs. My DMs are open on Twitter, so you can reach out to me there. We do have a promo right now giving away $20 if you sign up on one of the sports books. I'll send you some cash, real cash, not app tokens or anything like that. It'll be real cash that you can spend to bet. It's free if you set up. I'll have to send you a link so that you set up through me. And then yeah, we'll go from there. We got obviously a big game for the Bills this weekend. We'll chat a little bit about the game first. I think we'll do that first, and then we'll kind of get into the bets that I think are going to hit, and then from there we'll look at building a bet slip with a couple. I have a couple screens open now that I'll share, and we can kind of walk through and work them together. So if anybody has downloaded the BetStamp app already, I appreciate that. Like I said, use the promo code BMcNeil when downloading the app so that it tracks that you were here, and then that entitles you to the $20. So yeah, so first off, we'll talk a little bit about the game. Bills going into Denver, obviously going to be a tough task. Their defense is no joke. I mean, we handled them pretty easy last year in the playoffs, but their defense did get a little bit better this year. So, they added Hufanga, and I think a couple other pieces, but he's really a key factor for me on the defensive side of as far as what they've added, and as far as kind of what they're capable of doing on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough sledding. Lots of chatter in Bills land now about how we don't have weapons and our passing game is bad, and we don't have Josh Allen has no help, and blah blah blah. So to that, I'll say, passing game I think is good because that includes James Cook, Ty Johnson if he's healthy. That includes Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid and Jackson Haas. and kind of how we can use Khalil Shakir properly. As far as our wide receiver room is concerned, sure, I'll allow it, or I'll believe that our wide receiver group is probably not the greatest. Lots of issues in the wide receiver room, especially with injuries. Just elevated McCole Hardman and Curtis Samuel, so I think it'll be a little bit better. I think there's a little bit more options than what we were kind of expecting coming out of the Jacksonville game. Especially figuring out the two injuries. I think our wide receiver room. Sure, there's no number one guy, if you will, but I think it's going to be good enough to kind of get the job done. Do what we need it to do, and like I said, the passing game as a whole is fine. I think this is going to be a big game for Dalton Kincaid. I think it's going to be a big game for James Cook. I think it's going to be a big game for Josh Allen. Really, I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to be the guy who's who's probably going to score our touchdowns, whether it's the tush pushes or getting a little bit of buying a little bit of extra time and finding someone open, which we've seen him be really successful at doing this year. So I think all in all, it's going to be our run game is kind of going to have to dictate the game. So, but I mean, that's nothing new for us. We got to get the run game going. We got to get our big guys moving, getting into the second level, picking up guys on the back end to to kind of help create some lanes. And I think we're really good at it. Scheming up ways to get some of our guys, some of our O linemen down into that second level to pick up a linebacker, create a little bit more room for James Cook to kind of take one. So yeah, so if I was to predict, I think the Bills are going to win. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be like a gritty game. I think it's going to be 20, I don't know, like 27-ish for the Bills to 21, 24-ish to Denver. I think our advantage really is that I don't think that their offense is all that great. I don't think, again, in a playoff game, when it comes down to it, I trust Josh Allen way more than I trust Bo Nix. I don't think they have a great running game. I think their running game has kind of been a sore spot for them kind of all season. So in that aspect, I think we have the advantage there for sure. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be one of those kind of grinded out games. And we always do well in those kind of games. It's always like, man, this team looked rough. And then next thing you look up and we have 32 points on the board or something like that, or we're kicking a last second field goal to win, and that puts us up 34 or whatever. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't feel like we've scored that much points, and it doesn't feel like our offense has clicked all game long. But you look up at the scoreboard at the end of the game, and we've scored 27 points. And I think if we can hold them to under, I don't even think that it's a hot take or anything like that. If we can hold them to under 20 points, I think we win easy. If we let them kind of creep up into the 20s, I think it's going to be a little bit tougher. If we do like what we've done in the past, and we have a we've given up now 32 points in a playoff game, I think then it gets a little bit trickier for us to win. I don't know if we're going to be scoring that much against this defense. So that's kind of where I see it. I think it's going to end up being 27-21 for Buffalo. And kind of just basing it on the way that these two teams have kind of played all season. It's going to be. It might look a little sloppy in the first half, but that fourth quarter is going to be electric because neither team really, ever thinks that they're out of the game or that the game is out of reach, and they put up points a lot in the fourth quarter. The Bills, I think, are the best team at it. They have the best kind of point differential from first half to the second half. I think the Bills are number one in the league in that department, and so I think I can see kind of some of that happening as well, where we where it might look a little sloppy in the first half, but we kind of turn it all around and figure it out at halftime, and then start putting up some points in the second half and kind of taking over and pulling away. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead, get into it, and we'll kind of walk you through this bet stamp. So here it is. Let's just go here, games, or here. Let's just go to my account here. So bet stamp, if you see this, you see that symbol there, bet stamp. That is oh, sorry, I forgot to add that to the stage. So there it is. There you see it. You see it right up here. Is the bet stamp app right here, bet stamp. And so essentially what it is you can link all of your sports books. So you'll see, wrong one. Let me see here. So I'll go into my account here. We'll just show you here my sports books. So these are the ones that I have right now. I'm going to be looking to get a couple more. Obviously wasn't off to a hot start there last week. 1-6 was not good. I took a couple little risks with placing first touchdown bets, which is always risky. I would have hit on a lot more if I just said anytime touchdown as opposed to first touchdown. But you sometimes you like those odds. Like I took Etienne to get the first touchdown. He ended up scoring a touchdown, but I took him to get the first one because Buffalo, we always like to defer. So I thought if anything, Jacksonville was going to get the ball first, and they would go down and it would come to a point where Etienne would score. Obviously not the case. He did end up scoring later on in the game. So it's going to teach you, the BetStamp app will teach you. See, so like right now I'm 1-6. It will teach you. So I'll be able to look at that now and be like, okay, this is where I made kind of some of my mistakes. So I can figure out and kind of learn from them is the main thing. So you can see here, these are my linked accounts. That's what's available to me kind of right now. I'll probably be getting some more. I'll need to improve this record kind of before I start putting too much money in elsewhere. But what's really cool about the app is, so let's just pick the Bills game for tomorrow. So full game, so it'll tell you which sports book is giving you the best odds. Which, if I'm picking the Bills to win the game, why wouldn't I go to Caesar Sportsbook? Or sorry, why wouldn't I go to DraftKings and take the plus 100 odds? Like why wouldn't I just find, if I'm making the bet anyways, I might as well just find what gives me the best bet, right? So it'll tell you right here, best available full game is, if you go to DraftKings, you take the Bills on the plus 100 money line. You take the Bills on the plus 1.5 spread on DraftKings. Caesars is the best odds for Denver. Is the best odds where you'll find at the minus 115 for Denver on the money line. And you can kind of scroll here. If you download the app, it'll look a little bit different, but essentially all of the points will be the same. So player props, Dalton Kincaid, touchdowns. So it's right there. If he scores it, if I go on DraftKings, I got plus 310 odds. If I go to Bet Rivers, I got plus 300 odds. So if I think Kincaid is going to score, I might as well just go to DraftKings and put that one in, right? I might as well take advantage of the 310, and it'll tell you right here your best odds is DraftKings at 310. It'll put the best one up there to begin with, and that's the same for any player. Brandon Cooks 2+ touchdowns. Your best bet is on Caesars at plus 5,000. This is, like I said, this is where I went wrong last time. Was putting on first touchdowns. So you can scroll through here. It'll show you every player that you can place a bet on. James Cook, 2+ touchdowns. DraftKings is plus 550. Caesars is plus 600. Bet Rivers is plus 600. So you can kind of get a feel for which bets are likely to happen, how they're going to happen, and it'll track it for you as well. So you'd have your. So I haven't put together any bets yet, but if I did, I would say I went here and on DraftKings, NFL description. So I put Dalton Kincaid 2+ TDs. So I risked $10 to win, and you'd fill all this all out, and then you would hit create tag. So let's just say, so let's go to DraftKings. Oh no, sorry. Let's go to Caesars. Let's go here. Is that showing up on my screen at all? No. So let's go here. Share this tab. Okay. So Bills Broncos full game first quarter. Let's do players. Dalton Kincaid. TD scores. So anyways, we'll go here. We'll go Caesars, Dalton Kincaid to win. So what does that say here? Futures. Okay, so let's. Sorry. I'm still getting used to this thing myself. So let's just go player props. Dalton Kincaid 2+ touchdowns on Caesars is plus 2,500. Right? So plus 2,500. So we go here. We add Caesars, NFL, Dalton Kincaid 2+ touchdowns. We'll risk $10, and it's plus 2,500. So $10 would win us $250. Create tag. And let's just go DKTD, Dalton Kincaid touchdowns, and then we save. Okay, and then we go create tag. So that'll be on Saturday night. Sure. Create tag. Save. So then every time I sign in, it'll show up on my BetStamp app, and it's pretty cool to just be able to log in here, have DraftKings, like if you're taking the Bills to win plus 100, you know, you can choose either, or if you're trying to put together kind of, if you want to try and keep it all in the same spot. But so let's just do here player props. We'll do it again. Dalton Kincaid 2+ touchdowns on there. So we'll remove this, so then we'll just hit track. Okay, so we got $10 to win 250. I should go to my picks. There it is. It'll pop up there. So now when I'm watching the game, so now let's build another one. So we'll go back to the games. We'll go here to Buffalo, or no, we'll do a different one. So Sunday, New England. Let's just say we'll take what's a good anybody listening here, give me a shout out or a comment for what do you think a safe bet is. CJ Stroud, how about interception? I think he's good for one. So the best odds will be Bet Rivers. So we'll take this one. We'll say we're going to risk $10. And then we just hit track. See, so now I have a bet that is on Saturday and Sunday. So it's two different games on Saturday and Sunday. And I have two different, sports books that's doing it. But now I can just come in here, and once that happens, I'll be like, okay, I risked $11, whatever. I risked $11 to win $10. That's my bet there. Dalton Kincaid, over 2 touchdowns, risk $10 to win $250. So now that's what's great about this app is I don't have to open up DraftKings and see what my bet is there. I don't have to open up Caesars and see what my bet is there. I don't have to close down that one, go open up Bet Rivers. I'm just watching the games, and I'm seeing everything that's coming up. So, and then as like I was saying, I'll do pass. So, where did we see? Yeah, see. So last week I wasn't great. I was 1 for 6. My return on investment is minus 67%. So looking to turn that thing around there. So it'll track kind of how well you're doing on everything, and it'll keep all of your picks in one spot, regardless of what book you're using. And that's pretty well the main features of it. It will do analysis. So it will show you here's my bets from last time. So I had Houston to win, so that was a payout, $14. It wasn't a huge wager. Again, Travion Henderson, first touchdown scorer, so that was a rough one. Jalen Hurts, I figured he was going to at least get pushed. I thought that was a good one. Buffalo to win. So yeah, so it was a rough week for sure, but it'll track all that kind of stuff, and as you go through, it will it'll track it. You can find out different things. See, so it's linking me to my Bet Rivers page there. So yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Obviously, as I grow more, we'll be doing these more and more, kind of once a week things. And like I said, you guys can reach out to me, DM me on Twitter for a free $20. So like I said, these are my Where's my sports books? My sports books: OLG Casino, BetMGM, DraftKings, Caesars, BetRivers. Those will be the easiest ones, and it'll also kind of depend on where you're located. Like if you're in Ontario, like I am, I can just, or even really if you're in Canada, like I am, I can just e-transfer you the money. If you're in the States and require PayPal, it might take a little bit longer to get the money to you. But regardless, I will send you out $20 per sports book that you open. So I'll send you a link that'll have all of the sports books, and you gotta download, or you gotta create your account through what I send out to you, just so that I can see it. I can see that you used my link, to get the app, and then from there I'll send you the $20. And then you just send me a screenshot of the $20 so that I have proof that you spent $20 on a bet that I gave you, and I didn't just give you the money for free, and for you to just kind of go about it your own way. A couple things, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of new getting into this, this whole thing. But a couple things that you'll want to do to become successful. That's kind of the whole reason why it's set up this way, is to help you maximize the amount of money that you're getting out of these things. So a couple things that I'll preach to you guys is to, like, as fun as they are, and as as kind of much more hype you get around it, is the parlays are not the best way. Obviously you prefer betting singles. It's better to, even if you have 5 bets, just bet 5 single bets on the one platform, so that you are you have a higher percent chance of winning. If you had a 4-leg parlay, 3 of them hit, the one doesn't, you don't win anything. And now that part where I showed you your return on investment, your record is going to be way worse, because you've stacked all of these things up in a parlay instead. And the other one too is to not cash out. A cash out is them trying to get out of the bets that you have made and just kind of offering you the money to get out of it. So we don't want to see cash outs, and we don't want to see parlays, because that just reduces your chance of actually becoming successful in these bets, right? So like I said, reach out to me, shoot me a message, shoot me a direct message. I'll send you over all the info that you need, and which sports books you're trying to open, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead, play some bets this weekend on the Bills. Like I said, I think it's going to be a heavy James Cook game. I think it's going to be a heavy Dalton Kincaid game. Sneaky chance, if you want to take something at a long shot, I'd say a Jackson Hawes touchdown, or a Jackson Hawes. Actually, let's just see here. While we're here, let's just see player props. Where's Jackson Hawes? Receptions. Actually, hold on. Let's go here to BetRivers. Let's share this tab. Let's log in. Okay, so let's go here. Let's have a look. So NFL, Denver here. Let's look at player specials. No. This is so much easier on the app usually. Player receiving, maybe that one. Oh wow, they don't even have them on there. Okay, game specials. Go to overtime. Okay, so anyways, that's something that if you're so inclined, let's just see here. Jackson Hawes receptions, over half a reception. I would 100% hammer that one through. I don't know which one that is there, but it'd be a solid bet for Jackson Hawes to get at least a reception. If you're asking me, Greg Rousseau sacks, DraftKings plus 161. So he'd have to get at least half a sack. I don't know if I like those odds or not, but I would go into DraftKings, bet that he gets a sack, and $10 to win $16. But kind of what the whole point is, as you're building these things, like we just mentioned, is to not parlay them into the thing, because I think it's far more likely that Jackson Hawes is going to get a touchdown than I think it's going to be Greg Rousseau gets a sack, or sorry, Jackson Hawes gets a reception. So I'm not gonna parlay those two things together, because I actually want to win some money. So yeah, so keep those two tips in mind. Make sure you use the promo code BMacNeil when you download the BetStamp app. So we'll share this tab again one more time. BetStamp, it's a great app. Like I said, I'm just kind of getting into it now. I placed some bets last week through it, just kind of still figuring it all out. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of turn that record around, win a little bit more money. And like I said, we'll continue kind of building these. We'll kind of do it a weekly thing. Maybe Friday night isn't the best night. I feel like there's some people that might be busy, so we'll do them maybe Wednesday or Thursday night moving forward, and we'll kind of put together a little bet slip that we can work on together for the upcoming games this weekend. And then of course Super Bowl, we'll have a little a Super Bowl party here online that everybody can join. And yeah, good luck to everybody. Like I said, use the promo code BMacNeil when downloading the BetStamp app. That'll allow you to get into this screen here, and then I will send you a screen. I will send you a link to my own website, or kind of my personalized URL, so that you can download some of, if you don't have these sports books, if you don't have a Caesars account or a Bet Rivers account or whatever, let me know. I can set them up for you, or I'll send you a link so that you can download it and go that route. And then I'll send you the $20. You send me proof of the bet that you sent, and away we go. And good luck to everybody out there this weekend. Go Bills! But most importantly, I hope everybody has fun. Placing some bets. I hope you guys go and download the app. Use the promo code. Download the app, and kind of start tracking some bets, and you can kind of see your own trends develop, and see what you're good at, where you've hit before. And yeah, I just I hope everybody has a good time. Good luck to everybody this weekend, and we'll see everybody next week. Peace.